Hey guys, Jason here. Welcome to another video here on the channel. And today I'm going to be talking about an album. I'm going to be doing a review of an album that, let's just say, I kind of forgot it existed until, well, now. So without further ado, let's actually get into today's video and the album. So, the album I'm going to be talking about today is Moving Pictures by Rush. So, I've always liked, kind of a little story about the band, or how I got into the band, I guess. I've always kind of liked Rush. I always liked the songs. Of course, I knew, the two biggest hits, which are actually on this album, Tom Sawyer and Limelight. And of course, I know Spirit Radio, which is not on this album, but I know about that song, and of course, Subdivisions, and kind of just got into them a little bit, because when I first got into them, or when I first knew about them, I heard them on the radio, and I heard those two songs, Tom Sawyer and Limelight. And I just always thought those songs were really good. And then I learned that they were on a good album, I guess. And later, I guess, I'm like, oh yeah, Moving Pictures. Because I had learned about this album in 2020, but I just kind of forgot about it. And because I was, I always kind of thought, oh, if you want to listen to the peak of Rush, if you wanted to listen to peak Rush, in an album-wise, it would be 2112. That's what I always thought, which I knew about 2112. I actually haven't listened to 2112, but I always just thought, yeah, if you wanted to listen to peak Rush, you will listen to that. Which I know 2112 is good, but Moving Pictures. So I kind of forgot this thing existed, and I always kind of knew, because people would say, oh, well, this is Rush's magnum opus. People, when people would always mention this album, they would always say, oh yeah, this is Rush's magnum opus. This is one of the best albums of all time. And I never really got that. I never really saw that. I thought people were just saying that because it was their most commercially successful album, and it had their two biggest songs on it. I never really thought it was their best album. So fast forward to about a week ago, I wanted to get some CDs, so I looked on Amazon. I wanted to get, because I've been getting back into, my CDs and wanting to collect CDs, because I've had a CD collection before, but I wanted to get back into it. And then so I got my CDs, I ordered Salad Days, which is one of my favorite albums, Trivium album, and then 2 Queensryche albums. And then I had to get a CD, a portable CD player. And then I saw, on, it was the recommended products thing. I saw Moving Pictures. I was like, okay, very interesting. And at first I was like, nah, I'm not gonna get this. I don't really like Rush that much. And I thought about it. You know what? I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna buy it. And so I did. Because I was like, if anything, I'm probably gonna like this album because it has their hit songs. So if anything, this is the Rush album I'm going to like. So fast forward. I get the CDs, and I'm like, you know what, I'm going to listen to Moving Pictures. Put it on, of course, the first song's Tom Sawyer, And at this point, I really haven't heard like the other songs. And yeah, so that leads us into the album. So yeah, of course, Tom Sawyer, that iconic synth, the do 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 do, that iconic part. Um, and then we got Red Barchetta, which is the second song. And the thing about this album is that it only has 7 tracks, and there are a couple longer sort of progressive tracks on this. But the album, like, as a whole, is actually kind of short. The album, like, as an actual album, is kind of short in length. It is very weird how this works. But, yeah, we got Red Barchetta, which is sort of like it's a narrative sort of song. Like, Rush have done this in, like, previous albums. So they kind of expanded on that in, like, this album. So kind of like a more narrative sounding song. But it's not a 20-minute narrative like something like 2112. And then we got one of the most catchy, but also one of the most technical and progressive instrumentals that I've heard. And that is YYZ. Like, that intro riff is so progressive. It reminds me of, like, Dream Theater, sort of, a Dream Theater sort of like riff before even Dream Theater was around. Because this album came out, 1981. That's when it came out. Yeah. Such a great ass jam. Then we got another iconic song, Limelight, with that intro riff. That guitar solo is great. It is great. It is an awesome song. Limelight is like one of my favorite Rush songs, along with Tom Sawyer. But that's just because it's iconic. But yeah, Limelight, really, really awesome song. And then we got a longer track, The Camera Eye, which has a lot of like symphonic sort of parts, which has a lot of some sort of symphonic parts, and then it has this part that it keeps going back to where it goes from C sharp to C. It's like the opposite. It's like reminds me of like the opposite effect, I guess. And it's just really, really musically just perfect. And this is just, it's great. It is great. Like, how else to explain it? It is just great. It is probably my favorite track on the album. It is just a great music nerdy sort of track. And then we got Witch Hunt, which is like this dark and epic, but kind of like slower sort of jam. And I like, the lyrics were even really, really good too. Like, especially Limelight, how it like deals with like all the troubles of fame and stuff, for example. Like, all the lyrics on this album are really, really good as well. But Witch Hunt, like that intro sort of like time sort of like thing where it's like really dark and there's like the bells in the beginning of the song. Like, oh my gosh. Just peak. But fucking good ass jam. And then we got the final song, which is like this symphonic, well, not really symphonic, but it has like this synth part, the sort of electronic part, which is Vital Signs. And it's a perfect way to just close out the album. Like, it's just this little catchy sort of song, like deep cut, that people don't really talk about. It's like, it's there and it's just good. Like, there's no bad track on this album. There was no track I would skip. Like, this is just, I mean, they're like, what people have said about like mentioning this album. Oh yeah, this is Rush's magnum opus. I mean, it is true. I did not think that this whole album would be that good. Like, I knew, oh yeah, there's going to be some good songs, but I didn't think, oh, I'm going to love this album. But no, I absolutely love this. Not not thinking that I would, and kind of just forgetting that it existed. Because I was like, yeah, I listen to Rush, but I'm never going to listen to a whole Rush album. And I don't even know if I would listen to a whole Rush album, like, from their, like, other periods. I'm really debating on it. I want to. That would be fun to do. I just don't know how good it's going to be like, Moving Pictures, I don't know. Moving Pictures is just something else. Like, there is no other way to explain how this album is. This album, as someone said in a video about it, this album has a song for everyone. It has you're gonna find. I recommend everyone, even if you're not like a big old Rush fan, or you'll never really listen to Rush, or you're not even that big of a fan of progressive rock or rock. I recommend you just at least check this record out, just because you'll find something that you'll like. There are catchy songs, like, of course, like I mentioned before, Tom Sawyer and Limelight. There are also just songs that clinch the first of the music nerd, like The Camera Eye and Witch Hunt, and even Red Barchetta to a certain extent. And then there are just catchy jams like Tom Sawyer, Limelight, and even Vital Signs. Just like I mentioned, like there is something on this record that you will find that you will like. There is something for everyone. This is this is an album I recommend no matter what genre of music you listen to. This is an album I recommend everyone check out. Like, no matter what genre, I recommend you at least check out this album. Like, you would like something. You would find something that you would like from this. You would get some sort of value out of this. Like, this album, honestly, this album might go on my top 10 favorite albums of all time. It's literally just that good. It is that good. Moving Picture, it's just that good. I don't know how else to say it, but it had to grow on me too. Like, I listened to it the first time, and I listened to it the first time, and I wasn't even expecting it to be that good. And I listened to it a second time, I was like, this is even better. I listened to it like a third time, and I was like, fuck it, this is too awesome. Like, this is definitely top 20, maybe even top 10 albums. And then today I listened to it, and it just signified that. Like, this is just peak music. Like, you'll find something. Like, again, even if you're not a rock fan, even if you're not a Rush fan, like, you'll find something useful from this. Something will come your way that you will like, whether it's one of the hit songs or whether a deeper cut. You will find this album, and that's another thing. Like, to write an album like that has everything, like, that has the best of everything, the best of, like, the whole band, of what, like, the whole band has done up to that point, like, the progressive stuff, the more catchy stuff, the more sort of, like, hit songs that they've done. That is a hard album to write, but Rush, they pulled that off. And boom, I mean, it is as great as people say it is. And I don't know why I did not find, like, I don't know why I didn't ever, like, listen to this whole album sooner. Like, that is the thing. Like, why didn't I listen to this sooner? But a great album, great-ass album. Go check it out. I will put the link to this album in the video description for you guys to go check out the album on YouTube. And, well, go check it out. You will not regret it. It is probably going to be on my top 10 favorite albums of all time. It is just that good. It has so many good tracks. 7 tracks, very short, and yes, long tracks, but long tracks mixed with short tracks, and somehow the album is still short. Like, how do you pull that off? But yeah, great album. Go check it out. If you like the video, give a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, and go check out Moving Pictures. You will not regret it. And see you guys in the next video. Bye.